Welcome back to the Taiwan Outlook. And in this segment, we're going to talk with Mrs. Andrea W, the new president of the American Chamber in Taipei, about the U.S.-Taiwan relationship under the new president, Mr. Barack Obama. Andrea, we know that 2008 has certainly been a very important year for a lot of countries around the world. In Taiwan, we had a presidential election in March of 2008, and we had Mr. Ma Ying-jeou elected with the highest vote total ever in Taiwan's young democracy. And 2008 in August, we also saw the Beijing Olympics, taking place. And overall, it was a success, and not only for China, but also for the Olympic movement, venturing into a once authoritarian, totalitarian, government, and seeing how China has opened up to the world, in the last 30 years, the kind of socio-economic achievements that China has been able to accomplish. That is quite impressive. And also in November of 2008, we saw a new president, elected, of African-American descent in the U.S., in Mr. Barack Obama. And we understand that Mr. Obama has assembled a very strong economic and also national security team. How would you think that under President Obama, the U.S.-Taiwan relationship will evolve? Will there be any major changes, whether in the area of economic relations or security relations or cultural relations, that you could identify that with this new president and also new administration coming in Washington, how would you think the relationship will evolve in the next 4 years?
Okay. Well, I think it's AmCham's observation, and also that has been confirmed by many think tank or officials from Washington.
Yes.
There probably won't be, the U.S. and Taiwan relations is pretty much a bipartisan consensus, and we don't expect too many changes in that sense. I think Washington continues looking to keep a very good relationship with both China and Taiwan, and so we don't anticipate any major changes.
Yeah, I think what's also very important for those of us who are students of international politics is the sense that when you look at the American conduct of foreign policy, it's always the American national interest that's of the most important consideration. No matter who occupies the White House,
right.
Whether it's Republican or Democrat,
right.
It's always, if there were candidates during the campaign, they may say different things to try to, gather more votes. But once they become, the official occupant of the White House, I think they always follow and adhere to the American national interest.
Right.
And given that as a background, I think that this long-standing relationship between Taiwan and United States has certainly been a very stable part of the U.S. policy in Asia. And like what you said, I think Washington is also looking to maintain a very healthy and stable relationship with Beijing, and also one with Taipei. And given the trilateral relationship, we don't think of it, I hope, most of us in Taipei don't think of it as a zero-sum game anymore. I think a healthy, stable relationship between U.S. and China, that's possibly the most important bilateral relationship today in the world. And a healthy, stable U.S.-China relationship will be beneficial for Taiwan as well. Do you think that is a sense also shared by most of your members here in AmCham? And do people really believe that with the opening up of Taiwan to China, that this new trilateral relationship will benefit all three parties concerned?
I think so. I think by far everybody welcome this openness, and it'll bring a lot of opportunities and stable the stableness for the political tension, and I think everybody's welcome to see this this link.
Okay. We'll probably see, there will inevitably be some, moments of disagreements. For example, that, Taipei has always been pushing very hard for the FTA, especially under the last 2 years under President George W. Bush.
Right.
But that certainly is not likely to be a reality anytime soon because of congressional authorization has also expired. But also the fact that you mentioned earlier that Taipei and Washington are in intensive discussions on issues like BIA and also the government procurement package. And those things, do you think, in the next 4 years, if we suppose that the things other things will stay stable, for example, the non-economic, political concerns will not disrupt the climate too much, that do you think those things are achievable, deliverables in the next 4 years?
Well, we certainly hope so. Actually, Chamber is working very closely with both U.S. and Taiwan government to push the agenda, the BIA and TIFA talk, and these agreements actually you can see that as building blocks. They can, if we reach those agreements, that can lead to eventual FTA in years to come whenever the environment is ready. So we're really not wasting time here, even though probably we don't talk about FTA anymore, but we still on the ground it's a very real cooperation or real trade exchange. It's still going on. So I think. Everyone, both in Taiwan or in Washington, realize this how important this working relationship is between the two countries. So nobody is really giving that up or being complacent.
Okay. Yeah. And also, I think the biggest change I personally sense with the Mr. Ma Ying-jeou, the President Ma Ying-jeou, and also his administration, is the fact that I think our government people have become a lot more pragmatic. We understand, like you said, if we talk about BIA, I also talk about government procurement and TIFA, all these other things. We may use different names, but the substance, when you put them together collectively, they will constitute, in essence, an FTA between any two economies or any two countries. I think that's also a welcome change, in Washington as well as in Beijing. If we have a more pragmatic approach to very sensitive issues, not only in terms of politics but also in terms of economic dimensions, sometimes that it will be mutually beneficial.
That's right.
And do you think that this freshness in terms of perspective in how we look at the important relationship between Washington and Taipei, would you think that's going to be the cornerstone, if you want to call it that way, in this, in the maintenance of this very important bilateral relationship?
Well, I think I actually want to applaud to President Ma's, like you said, very, very practical, and also Hu Jintao, from all those leadership, and I'm sure Mr. Obama.
Yes.
It's you with all the you see a breakthrough in a lot of those things that hasn't been able to move forward for many years. So any of those, it takes wisdom, a lot of courage to do things like that. For U.S. and Taiwan, right now, there's a beef issue.
Yeah.
And so even though we asked Washington to not link the trade and beef issue together, but we still encourage Taiwan to take a scientific look. The decision hopefully is based on a scientific finding that thousands of Americans eating the American beef with bones every day. So we don't think that should be a threat to the health here.
But like a lot of things in economics, when you put non-economic considerations into it, It could become nationalistic, especially given the global financial hard times that people always look at the other guys as the culprit, as the scapegoat.
Yeah.
You're the ones causing my misery. So, we saw the situation with American beef in Korea, South Korea, and that it become a very politically sensitive issue. We certainly, don't want to see that happening in Taiwan.
Okay.
So, what are the things that you would recommend to our government? With the new U.S. administration coming in, how can our government do more to help facilitate, the understanding and also move ahead with the economic agenda?
Well, if you ask me, I think seriously looking into the agendas of BIA and TIFA talks, and remove the hurdles.
Okay.
And to really facilitate the progress, because really time is the essence.
Yes.
And we really don't, in the very extreme time right now, we need extreme measures, and we need a lot of willpowers to make things happen. And I know a lot of things is very complicated and maybe political.
Yes.
But
that shouldn't be an excuse.
Yeah, we don't have that much time
yeah.
to wait around.
Yeah. Andrea, we have about a minute left in our program. What would be your 2009 New Year wish as the president of the American Chamber in Taipei?
I really wish that all our member company can quickly,
weather the storm.
Weather the storm, survive, in a very, very good way, and then just hopefully we can done with all those challenges and go forward.
Yeah, I also know that you were one time a very successful executive for a major airline in Taiwan, foreign airline in Taiwan. How do you like the role change, the transition?
The role change. First, I thought, it would be a much easier job here, and then I realized it's not,
No, but I mean, you're 6 months into the job. I think you've done wonderfully.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Raymond.
Thank you again for coming on the program to Taiwan Outlook.
Thank you, Raymond.
All the best.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you for watching the Taiwan Outlook. I will see you next time on Mac Review Television.